Hello everyone, thank you so much for tuning in to the Minecraft Emporium. What you're looking at right here is a hilariously bad Minecraft Redstone minigame. And I don't mean bad as in bad, I really just mean it's about as over-engineered and not compact as you can possibly get for a guessing minigame. What do I mean by guessing? Well, recently I found out the fact that snow blocks can actually transmit a redstone signal, and snow layers, however, cannot transmit those redstone signals. And so if you haven't guessed it already, this is a guessing minigame which took over 2 hours to design, in that the player guesses whether they're looking at a full block of snow or a snow block full of layers. If you want to make those 2 hours at least remotely worth it for my time, do consider subscribing. We check out Redstone and Redstone showcases that are a little bit off the beaten path, you could say, and today's video is absolutely no different. Now, I was going to describe each individual circuit in detail, but because I need viewer retention and watch time, we're going to break it down into general sections of number 1, the visitor entry, number 2, the creation of either snow or snow layers, and lastly, number 3, or not lastly, we have logic and logic detection, and number 4, we have reset circuitry. Now the inside, in order to actually get inside of this minigame, what we're going to need to do is pay some diamond blocks. If I pay with absolutely anything else, nothing will happen to the redstone door. However, if I pay with a diamond block, we are then entered into the build. Now here, we are then presented with a block in front of us. Now if I think it is snow, I can flip the lever down point to snow, and if I think it's snow layers, I can move it up to snow layers. Now since I'm in creative, I can actually pick block it and cheat and beat the system, and so I know it's snow. So if I hit down for snow, we will actually get an emerald as payment into this minigame. And the entire redstone circuitry, which again took 2 hours to design, which was frustrating and terrible, and I don't want to do it again, I'm kidding of course, will actually reset the system with a new block for us to choose. Now this again is snow, and just to prove that my logic system actually does work, if we get it incorrect, we will be not getting that emerald. And because we want emeralds for the purpose of the game, we always want to guess correctly. Now hopefully I can actually showcase the snow layers sometime soon. RNG, there it is, top snow. And as you can see, it is literally impossible to tell snow layers from snow blocks. And even if you think somehow the lighting is different, what I've added is tons and tons of sea lanterns, which help to break up that effect. Now, since I think it's snow layers, I'm going to leave the lever flipped up, and we should get an emerald right now. So that's basically the entirety of the minigame. Again, like I said, this title for today's video is a hilariously bad minigame. Yeah, that's literally the entire minigame. You guess, snow versus snow layers. Now, as I mentioned, that was the entry fee, and so basically what happens is we have a redstone, where is it? We have a redstone filter, which basically just filters diamond blocks through a simple item filter, and then moves the redstone block to open up the door. Now, this was actually rather simple to come up with. And basically, this redstone pulse extender here is what actually opens up the door and prevents us from seeing the actual creation of snow. Because let me tell you, it looks very different from the redstone side if you were to push in a snow block versus drop in snow from the top. And what I mean by push in snow block is that snow blocks can actually be moved. And so if I wanted a snow block to be the one that is chosen, it will be pushed out by this piston. However, if I wanted snow layers to be generated, this piston would retract and drop some snow layers down. Now, how we decide whether it's a snow block or snow layer is actually decided by this very simple dropper here. Again, there's a 50% chance for a non-stackable item and a 50% chance for a regular item. If it's a non-stackable item, it will be snow, and if it is a regular item, it will be a snow block. Very, very simple. Once this pulse extender runs out, that block in the front will now retract so that we can actually see the insides of what block we're dealing with. Now this red button here is actually powering this sticky piston, powering the observer. So what I do is that if both of these pistons are extended, then the observer can pass through. Now, let me try to demonstrate here. For example, if I was to have a piston here and a piston here, and then a block, and then a repeater, and then a sticky piston and a block, only if this one and this one are down will the redstone signal from that button ever pass all the way through. And so that's my very, 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 very basic logic circuit. Again, we are dealing, some pistons have to be up, some pistons have to be down. This part here is what took the bulk of the time, about an hour just for this section here, believe it or not. And that basically tells us if we win or we lose. Now, if we win, this dropper here filled with emerald will actually be going into a bubble column, and that bubble column is actually what's beneath the carpet. Yes, today you may have just learned the fact that water columns can actually support carpets on top of them, as you can see. So the items just come bubbling up through here. Now I'm going to exit the build one more time, and now we're going to explore the resetting circuitry. Now, so as you notice, whenever we hit that button on the inside, it actually, what it does is it allows for this entire system to reset and give us a new snow block. So that button signal is just coming up from the snaking line. You know, our button is over here on that block, which I've just destroyed, of course, and then it will now snake all the way down from here and enter into this area. Now, how we reset is actually very, very simple. In the words of Mumbo Jumbo, I'm using an RS NOR latch. I know, I'm pretty cool. I'm a Redstone YouTuber now. Consider subscribing, you know, all that jazz. And so if the piston, if a snow block is extended, then we're going to fire a wooden sword from this dropper into this dropper. But if I want that piston to retract, what we're going to have to do is power this dropper again in order to send it into the other side. I don't know if I've just broken the machine by resetting it in a bad way, but basically what happens is we retract the stone block, and then what's the interesting thing is that we then re-extend the piston in order to break the snow in front. So if the piston was retracted, we retract it again, and then we re-extend it. Hopefully my word salad is making sense, so that basically no matter what happens, you will always get a reset system. I'm not sure if resetted is a word, but we're gonna roll with it. Now you might be noticing this command block over here, and this is very, very unfortunate. For some bizarre reason, snow golems don't actually leave snow tracks on super flat worlds, which I swear they did, but unfortunately, if I was to turn off this command block here, you can see that they actually don't. And so in order to actually generate snow for this entire build, I'm going to be using an execute command block just to set some snow layers on the snow golem's feet. So yeah, that's the entire redstone build. It took me over 2 hours in order to build all of this up, and so if you do end up enjoying the Guess the Snow minigame, very nice, very quirky, very fantastic, do consider subscribing, of course. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. Consider liking and commenting with your thoughts, and maybe if you have any strategies on how to beat the system, yeah, thank you so much for watching, as always, and yeah, take care.